Hi guys, it's ASBYT and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, do you love the Huawei P20? Do you love all the new rumours about the OnePlus 6, for example, and the Xiaomi Mi 7, but you simply can't afford those phones? Well, then we might have something for you today, so let's go. Right, so recently, obviously, I've done quite a lot of videos on new smartphones that are being released, and a lot of you guys are really interested, but I do sometimes get comments that simply the phones that are on offer are not affordable. And there's no shame in that. You know, smartphones these days are very expensive. And if you are one of those people, then this just might be for you. So on this table, I have in front of me a smartphone which costs just over 100 UK sterling. So sort of 130, 140 US dollars. As always, my currency rates are probably way off, but that's the ballpark. And I have literally just opened it out of the box, so I'm going to be doing a sort of first impressions hands-on view of this phone. And I'm also going to be giving this away, and you can find out more at the end of the video. So this is the Cubot X18 Plus. Now, I have done a review already on the Cubot X18, and there are a few differences. This is like its bigger brother. So this is the box it comes in, and we're just going to whip that round. And as you can see, we've got a 5.99 Full HD display, and it is an IPS panel with a PPI density of 403. We've got a MediaTek 6750T CPU. We've got either dual nano SIM or a nano SIM and a micro SD card, so you can have expandable storage with this as well. Rear dual cameras, we have 20 megapixel and a 2 megapixel, 4 gigabytes of RAM, 64 gigabytes of storage, fingerprint recognition, 0.1 seconds unlocked. And we'll get to that because that's a little bit of a lie, I'm not gonna lie. See what I did there? Android 8.0 straight from the box, so it does run Android Oreo. Quite a few LTE bands as well, so it might be compatible with your region. Just double check. All the information for that will be listed on the website that I will leave listed and linked below. So if you like the phone and want to know whether your region, your provider is compatible, go below. And one of the big things here is, of course, the 4000 milliamp battery as well. So loads of battery. It's non-removable battery, unfortunately. So 4000 milliamps is good, non-removable though. You shouldn't need to though at that sort of size, and it's going to last you for ages. So absolutely perfect if that's something you're interested in. So we're going to take a quick look at the actual phone. As you can see, you've obviously got the top and bottom bezels, very slim bezels either side. Not the bezel, complete bezel of sides that it shows in the marketing pictures, but nevertheless, it is a pretty decent job. So first thing to note, like I said, it is an HD screen. It's not quite as bright as some of the other phones that I have tested. As an example, we have the Elephone U Pro here, which I have done a review on as well. Very good phone, more expensive than the Cubot X18 Plus, but if you want to spend an extra 150 sort of pounds, something like that, then this might be a better area to go to, because you do get that bump up in performance and you get that bump up in the quality. I mean, it does look and feel much more premium than this, but still, for £100, I mean, this is a very nice looking phone. As you can see on the back is plastic. I would prefer a metal or a glass. I think if you're going to go with a gloss design, then the only real reason to have that would be if you've used glass. If you're using a plastic, go with a matte. Won't show up the fingerprints, as you can see on here. That's just my personal taste. You might like that glossy plastic look. I personally would go for more of a matte finish. You've of course got your dual camera here. You've got your fingerprint sensor there and your flash here. Now the fingerprint sensor on the actual box, it says 0.1 seconds. Let's put that to the test, shall we? So, right. Yeah, that's definitely about a second. That's not, it's not 0.1. It's very accurate and it works, as you've seen, it works sort of 95% of the 95% of the sign. 95% of the time, but it isn't the quickest, as you can see. So that fingerprint sensor is a perfect example of the brand in general. It's not the best, but it does a very good job at a budget price. So we've got our power on and off switch there. We've got our volume up and down rocker here. We have our SIM card tray here. And a lot of people will be very happy to see we have a headphone jack here. I would like to see, obviously, Type-C, but for £100, they're going to save where they can, and that is certainly somewhere where they can save a little bit of cash. Just to give you a rough idea of size, here's my OnePlus 5T, which you're probably aware of. And that's the size difference. So it is marginally taller than the OnePlus 5T, but there's not much in it. So we've got the same size screen as the OnePlus 5T, but the bezels top and bottom are marginally bigger than the 5T. And of course, as you can see here, we've got the Elephone U Pro. Then we flip to the back, and that is how they look. So again, they they all look pretty premium. You've of course got the glossy finish with these two, and we've got the matte finish on the OnePlus 5T. But this definitely does feel less premium than these two due to this sort of hard plasticky back. So running Android 8 straight from the box, like we said, I've actually thrown the Nova launcher over the top of it. It does run pretty much stock Android though. So this is the sort of stock launcher that it comes with. Something you will see on a lot of Android devices. There's no real bloatware on here that I can see. So yeah, that's a positive as well. No real heavy skin, which you do find on a lot of budget Android phones. So it seems pretty slick so far to me. The actual processor, the MediaTek 6750T, isn't the best. It's not as good as a lot of the Snapdragon 600 series, for example. It's certainly not as good as the 800 series, but it is the same as what I said at the start. It does a job. You're not going to get really too many problems with lagging and freezing. It will just be slightly slower at doing the core tasks that you would see on a Snapdragon 600 phone like this one. Where you will see a big difference is, of course, in gaming, for example, but you'll still be able to do the majority of stuff on this Cubot X18 Plus. Then we look at the camera. The dual camera is a 20 megapixel and a 2 megapixel on the rear, and the front-facing shooter is a 13 megapixel. And this is where I've not tested it yet. This is where I've got a feeling it may let the phone down. So we'll just take a couple of snaps so that you can see them. You know what? It's not half bad. I've certainly seen worse cameras on phones that are more expensive than this. You've also got video, which has a maximum video quality of 1080p, which is, again, all you'll need in a phone that costs 100 quid. And the video is pretty shaky, to be honest. It's not great. The exposure, for example, is very flyaway. It jumps about quite a bit, but in terms of the actual camera, it's quite impressive. Obviously, you've got blur mode as well, which we'll just try. That takes a long time, a really long time. So that's got to be about a 5-second delay between when you click it and it actually takes the photo for blur. So I'd steer clear of some of the effects on here, but if you just want standard photos, like I said, it's pretty impressive. Let's go to the selfie. This is where the real action happens. Yeah, so all in all, and indifferent. First go with the camera. The normal camera, fine. Video, iffy. And the effects, just steer well clear of. And finally, we're going to look at the audio. So I'll just go onto YouTube, just play one of my videos.
Welcome back to a brand new video. And today we are talking about two of potentially the most popular flagship smartphones that will be released this year. So we're talking the OnePlus 6 versus the Xiaomi Mi 7, and we've got all of the latest details on.
As you can hear, it's not great. If you want a smartphone for audio, then you would go with a Razer phone or something like that. This simply just doesn't cut it, in my opinion. It does a okay job if you're viewing little videos here and there, gaming, little bits here and there, and general smartphone use. I also ran an Antutu benchmark test on this as well, and that is the score. So 55,477. So that pretty much sums up what I've explained to you. It's a pretty decent phone for a budget phone. It's not the highest, you're not going to get the best performance, but it's going to do the majority of jobs you're going to need it to do, especially for 100 quid. Right, so that is pretty much it. That's my first hands-on impressions of this phone. Onto the giveaway. I'm going to be simply giving this away to one of you lucky people. So all you need to do in order to take part is make sure you are subscribed to the channel and have turned on the notification bell. Drop a like on the video and comment in the section below why you would like this phone. And finally, you need to make sure you're following me on Twitter as well. That's ASB_YT, because I will be announcing the winner over there. So one of you lucky people will be randomly selected to walk away with this smartphone. So that's pretty much it. Like and share if you did enjoy this video and found it helpful. Subscribe and hit that little notification bell if you want to be notified every time I post a video and you do want to obviously take part in the giveaway. Let me know what you think about this phone. Is it one that you are looking at after seeing this? Is it something you think you might go out and actually get? Love to hear your thoughts as always. I love you and leave you. I'll see you in the next one. Say ASBYT, peace out.